All right, what's going on, everybody? Gave you card stacks here. Had about $130 of sales this weekend, so wanted to run through everything, show you what sold, talk about it. So let's get right to it. So first one here, Kenneth Walker, Orange Ice rookie. I love the Orange Ice parallels. They are short printed, but I just feel like sometimes they don't move super well. I just don't understand, or I don't think the general collector realm kind of understands the scarcity of it and how rare it is, that and like a green ice prism. So it can sit for a while. So Kenneth Walker, not my favorite guy, seems to be injury prone in my opinion. Just don't really know what you're getting there. Running back one, I like Zach Charbonnet at UCLA, but it is what it is. That one sold for like 5 or 6. Again, just I'd rather get out of it. I personally think that the Orange Ice hits different, but I don't think that others view it the same. And I think you've got to kind of appeal to the general population a lot of times when you're buying and selling. Quentin Johnston got this at the show this weekend, probably for, an average of $2-ish, I would say. Sold for 6 pretty easily. His market's hot just with everything in LA, but they've loaded up that wide receiver room with the draft with McConkey. And who else did they get? I'm blanking on. Oh, they picked up Brendan Rice from USC. He's a Phoenix kid, went to Hamilton, went to Colorado, transfer portal at USC, slid. Probably could have been a 4th rounder. I don't know why he fell that far. And then they picked up somebody else, maybe from like SMU. I don't remember. Joe Burrow. I ended up getting this for $2 at the show this weekend. It's a Rapture parallel. Comps were all over the place. There were some crossed out by it now. I could have checked 130 point, but was lazy. It was like at $30. I listed this for 10. It sold pretty quickly. I'm fine with that. Just moving on. Rakia Jackson, refractor auto to 250. WNBA season underway, preseason. Tournament was just like 3 weeks ago, but I just feel like I kind of missed the hype with the draft. I feel like if this didn't sell on draft night, it would have been sitting for a little bit. She had a great game, I think, on Sunday or Saturday. So I just thought that I'd drop the price. I think I had it listed for 30 with a couple watchers. Sold pretty quickly once I dropped it to 20. I don't know if I break even, lose a couple dollars, but I feel like the hype was kind of starting to ride away. CJ Stroud, Prism, Base. Nothing crazy. I picked this up. This was one of my better pickups at the show for $3, I think. People were saying, oh, it looks good, you should grade it. For me, I'm not going to sit there and wait, I think. I got it for 3, sold it for 21. I'm netting $14 profit after it. And that's assuming that it is pretty clean. There was a print line somewhere around here where I just, that's assuming it's a 10 candidate, right? Then what is a 10? I don't know, $80, $90. You're waiting 2-3 months. Maybe it creeps up to the 120 range for sure, but assuming it's a 10, just not worth it to me. I think, a 9, what is it? Maybe $40, $50, $60. I'd just rather move on and recoup my money. These are still eBay sales. Marshawn Lloyd, people are saying running back 2 in Green Bay. He's got a bad fumbling issue. We'll see what happens. I am kind of trying to get out of it, but I could see him, if he can correct those issues, which that's kind of tough to overcome at times. We'll see. Malik Neighbors, I'm kind of trying to bow out of him as well. Giants, I don't love that. Not a very good situation, unless he's just a complete dog, which, he very well could be at the NFL level. I think that was like 8 or 9. Cooper DeJean, guy that I'm trying to get out of as well, just a base Sapphire. These just didn't do as well as I thought they would. I was buying them at both him and Neighbors, buying them at the $5 to $6 range. I sold a couple at the $15 price point and kind of started taking off or started dropping my price once the draft came and went. I think I've been selling them for 7 or 8 pretty consistently. I could probably hold a couple just to wait and see what happens once we hit preseason. Michael Penix, I picked this up in a lot for about 30. I got the Damian Martinez orange, which was super sick, and then just been trying to piece out some of the other Sapphires. This was 8, sold pretty quickly. We'll see what they do in Atlanta. Probably the worst pick in the draft, but who am I? And then these were all offline sales then, so I have a Bowman University thread. I try every Saturday. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Just depends on what I'm doing. Someone was looking for Javon Baker. They were a Patriots fan. I had a couple of these, and I just decided, you know what, I'll see if they're interested. So I was like, hey, I got these 2. Yep, I'll take it. So that was $12 maybe. I picked 2 of these up for probably $5 or $6. I've got a couple on ComC. He does have Leaf autos in his Alabama uni. Not a huge fan, but ink is ink sometimes, so we'll see. Again, I don't love New England, but it is what it is. Roshan Johnson, I mentioned this in my pickup video. I sold this pretty quickly. Someone was a Roshan believer. I'm not. I'm just not a Bears believer. They should have traded out of the #1 pick, gotten another legendary haul for that. Plug and play a quarterback. I don't think that Caleb Williams is it. I don't trust any of their running backs and just how they've managed it over the last few years with all the guys they've brought in. Roshan, I'm not someone I'm going to maximize my value on. And this was all, I guess, one person. I think this was $30 shipped. Auburn guy. Talia Scott, she was at Arkansas. She was one of the top recruits, of course, and a McDonald's All-American. She was one of the top leading scorers. She left the team for a little bit. I think there was a family issue of sorts, and she was one of the top 10 scorers in the country. She was top 5 for the longest time until she left the team for a little bit. And then she hit the portal, ended up going to Auburn. There were a lot of reports that I've seen on Twitter. It's just very interesting. I guess the people, the upperclassmen just didn't like her vibe and just her coming in being a top freshman. I don't know. That was kind of what I picked up on. They did not really, treat her the best, and the coaching staff didn't really do much about it. And then Johnny Brooms, just an L on my part. The Sapphire for Bowman University just does not sell as well as it did for football. I just think that the basketball market probably isn't as high as the football market. That's just my opinion, but Johnny Broom was like a 2nd or 3rd team All-American. Big run for Auburn, but just didn't really sell. So I think I got that out of those at like $1 a piece. I probably paid $2 to $3 a piece. So taking a loss. Taking a loss on some of this are just not cards that just didn't do as well as I thought. Like Cooper DeJeans, I thought would have flew off the shelves, especially going to Philly. Huge market. Malik Neighbors, Marshawn Lloyd, I picked up in that lot, and then just a couple card shows. Again, Kenneth Walker, Orange Ice, one of my favorite parallels, but I just don't think it's a super high selling parallel. So that's everything. Just wanted to run through that. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.